using the Scrum framework. As a Scrum Master, I am always finding ways to build upon the Agile process to ensure an effective way of software delivery towards the organization improvement. My first Scrum Master position, we had a PO, we had a BA, 4 developers, and 1 architect. My role as a Scrum Master was to work with a team of developers on moving metadata and optimizing security in the mobile banking app. With my knowledge about Scrum and my experience working as a mentor and a coach, I was able to help the team to see the benefit of using Scrum with the product development. I had some of the team who were, of course, kind of set in their ways, but I was very flexible enough to communicate and coach and win them over. I was very excited to meet the team and to build a great relationship with them. I was able to facilitate all the ceremonies. I was able to coach the team and organization as a whole to just, adopt the agile mindset. My first month there, I began with observation, observing each team member, because to me, observation is very, very important. Observation can help you to see any kind of gaps to coach the team. I like to observe the team to understand the highs and the low of the team. I make sure that I invest time in learning more about the team and to build a very great relationship with them. I attend enough meetings to understand the project that is being worked on. I make sure that this observation process helps me to create a transformation roadmap, to have some kind of knowledge about the stakeholders, the PO, the organization, and to help to build a very good relationship with them that will add value to the team. Learning about the value and interest of my team members has been one of the most successful strategies in building trust. The more you get to know the people and the value they hold, the more you can relate with them. As a Scrum Master, you have to interact with your team. Yeah. You have people that are from different ethnicity and background. And I truly believe that being a counseling coach over the years has prepared me for my service as a servant leader, and incorporating agile value has only made it even better. I was able to collaborate and work closely with my PO to make sure that the product backlog is healthy and ready for the team. I track dependencies. I was able to facilitate the backlog grooming and activation using the story points. I provided weekly follow-up to ensure the project is on track. I supported the PO to define what needed to be built. I made sure that the PO is available during the Scrum ceremony. I supported the team with converting product into item into a potential releasable increment. I was able to help the team to become self-performing. I was responsible for facilitating pretty much all the Scrum meetings. I love the retro because it's my favorite Scrum meeting. And, this is where we do more of a continuous learning. This is the time where we reflect as a team on, what went right, what went wrong, how can the team improve. And this is where we, really gather a lot of information that can help us during the next sprint meeting. This is pretty much an open discussion amongst all the Scrum team, the Scrum Master, the PO, and the developers. Sometimes I even go above and, give them kudos to the team on doing such a great job, because it's that very positive atmosphere. With this first role that I had, we had increased software quality, we had fewer bugs, we had increased product increment that met the client needs, resulting in increased product matrix. We had higher retention rates. We even had the stakeholders who were more than ready to participate in the agile meeting, and especially the demo. The second project that I did when my contract ended with my first role, I transitioned into another role as a Scrum Master, working with another team of developers.
Lola, you are hired.
Yes.
You are hired. Huh? You are hired. I am beyond convinced. We just spent about 5 6 minutes, about 5 minutes point. I really want, oh my gosh, you are hired. Are you allowed to give feedback? No. Esther, don't give feedback yet. Let me finish with Lola. Lola, I am so impressed. But I want you to speak all that within 4 minutes, 3 4 minutes, so you have all this wealth. If I had the profile they wanted me to interview, if they spoke like this, because I believed one thing, I believed what you were saying. And again, like I said, if you can, there's so many good things you've said that makes me feel like I wanted to give you a team. That is what the interviewer should feel like. Just reduce it with to 4 minutes. Just be time conscious. Maybe you time yourself. If not, everything you have spoken, thank God I recorded it. And I will send it to the class. I will send it to you. As a senior Scrum Master and an Agile coach, if I was in the team, recommend you fast. In short, I am very, very impressed. Apart from that, you had so much to speak. Just watch time. So you're going to practice at home again. Just time yourself. 3 4 minutes. 3 4 minutes. Because you have the ingredient. You have solid Scrum terminologies that I want to hear. And a lot more you have done a whole lot of self-learning. You have advanced, you spoke advanced, that I wanted to see. Because when people say I have 3 to 4 years experience, I want you to speak in an advanced way. If you say you have 5 year experience, you should be able to match me during the interview. If you don't want to speak advanced in an advanced way, just have 2 years, because we have to match whatever we say with our resume, and also with the years we have in our resume. And don't forget to add 3 to 4 years. Lola is beyond ready. My husband just said it now. Don't forget, Lola, add 4 years, 4 to 5 years experience on your resume. And I see why you've been going to interviews and you're almost there all this time. I see we needed to do this I needed to hear, as a coach, I needed to hear you guys. And even though I'm not seeing your face, I was able to believe what you're saying. I wish you have the camera so I have more eye contact, because again, we're like trying to clean up so that when you go to your next interview. But don't forget to add those last things you said. Those are the things you bring in early. Do a little of your transition role. Those things you talk about the team, that is what they want to hear. Because again, once you say it, why won't I hire you? Once you say it convincingly, why won't I hire you? Because that's what you will do. You talk about you observing the team. Very important. Observation is the biggest thing. I'm still observing my team. And I look at one resource. She keep trying to get conflict with me. When I post something, she go post. But I'm observing her that she's not conflicting anybody. So again, I'm like, okay, it might just be about me. Maybe she's intimidated. Because you have to observe the vibe, the team dynamics. You talked about that. You talk about cross-functional team. You talk about you coaching them. You talk about your PO. You talk about everything in a Scrum team. Please, guys, talk about Scrum. When you talk about your transition role, go straight talk about Scrum, what you've been learning in the class. If you say those things, nobody can say they don't. That is how somebody in my class said she did interview. Said, Coach, I ate it up. She did interview 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 5 p.m. She got the offer letter. And this time I just want to hear from individual. Just ready your own interview. If you are comfortable, even if you're not comfortable, let me listen to them and let me give you my overview. I interviewed one Indian lady. She was very good, but she was a project manager. I kept waiting for her to talk to me about Scrum, not knowing that my manager already interviewed her and had the same thing before she said I should interview her. And I talked to my manager. I'm like, she's good. She said she had 20 years project management. I said, she's good, but she's a project manager. This organization, their need is exactly Scrum Master. And he said, I knew the same thing, He said, I thought the same. So when if I had gone there and told him, hire her, and he would be like, this lady should have known now, better. Because she's a senior Scrum Master, she should have known that this lady is more of a project manager. So we'll listen to your verbiage. That was awesome. Even my husband listened to it. He's like, Lola is ready. There was a time we had a time with Jermaine, and we were just saying, Jermaine, you're ready to go. It's not long ago. Jermaine went for in one interview, and they said it was for program manager. No, it was for Scrum Master. Then later, there's like the Scrum Master role is not available again, but they still want him anyway. Now they want him for program manager. Do you know what it's like to have program manager in your resume, on your profile? That's a very, very top role. They saw the quality when he spoke. So Lola, this week, you are getting an offer in Jesus' mighty, powerful name. Amen. If you have an interview, the next interview you are going into, you are getting an offer in the name of Jesus. Anybody who I speak with now, I'm going to pray with you. Your work, God will bless your work. God is not a respecter of man. God is not partial. Just make it the little. Me, I couldn't wait to be like, Lola, enough. I hire you, or you are hired. You are hired. Just imagine if I was that was really awesome. If I was in a group of people, the panel that was interviewing you, I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. And why I don't want feedback, I know what I wanted from anybody who speak. I know exactly what I wanted. And instead of feedback from us, I actually want to hear from everybody. So I will give my feedback. Then you go on continuously improve, because I know the expectation I want from everybody. But if you see anything you don't like in Lola, make your own really, really super. Let's get to your turn so we can improve your own. And we need offer letters for everybody in this class. So who is going next? Esther in the house now. Let's go. Turn on your camera if you can.
Okay, coach. I'm in my clinic.
I know, no problem. No problem. Let me ask. Okay, so let me ask you. So you put you in the interview mode.
Okay. Yeah, but before I go, coach, my transition story is I set it up to be different from my introduction. So are you saying we should add the transition story to tell me about yourself, or we can say it separately?
I said the templates that I have. I said your transition role, just short. The Scrum Master, the interviewer, I really, really, really don't really care about that. They'll just use that to know about you. Like in my own introduction, my transition role is I'm coming from a healthcare environment. I really love I love my healthcare environment. I was supporting the team. I love to support people. Just link it up with Scrum Master and get into Scrum. They are actually waiting for Scrum, but your transition role, in the interview, they don't ask about transition role. They just ask me, tell you about yourself. When they say, tell me about yourself, they actually want to know where you come from. You were definitely wearing born a Scrum Master. So why do we have transition role? Because you want to make them know, you actually want to avoid one question. Why did you become a Scrum Master? Why did I become a Scrum Master? Is a very annoying question they ask. Why? Because my transition role so relate to Scrum. I was always supporting, I was always doing this. Even though, Seth, you can even be a pilot. My transition role, I was doing most things like Scrum. I told you guys, link it up, then run into Scrum real quick. Because you will find that a lot of you that are Scrum Masters, you actually enjoy the Scrum Master role. When you hear them, you're like, so that it is I like to do. So in your transition role, somehow you must have some of the skill set. We need skill set transferred from your transition role. So they are all together. In Scrum interview, they're not going to ever ask you transition role. They'll ask you, tell me about yourself. And it contains what you were doing before. And quickly just link it up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just try. We can clean it up this morning. And, maybe just say, I was a supervisor. And guess what? I've been a supervisor for more than 2 years. I was really enjoying it, but I knew there was a little more because I was supporting my team. And also I was doing a little more than expected. Why? Because I love to mentor and coach. Add it. And guess what? I met my very good sister, Tracy. She's an agile coach. And she said, guess what? What you're doing now is exactly what Scrum Master does. Only we just use the agile framework, agile mindset and Scrum framework. And you're like, I'm interested. And you got mentored. You see, I don't move from transition role. I told you guys, don't spend time in transition role. We don't care about that. It just make us just know that you're comfortable. You are coming from somewhere. You're not lying that, I've been a Scrum Master for 30 years. Scrum is less than 30 years. What were you doing before you become? Just short, then move everything smoothly. and how you got mentoring, got certified, and praise God. And you don't need to say praise God, but just because it's official place, a lot of people don't even understand what's praise God. You can be like, gladly enough, I got hired by TNT International Technology. It was exciting because I came with wealth of knowledge from my transition role. Remember, and also all my mentoring, and this helped me to really support the team and go straight to what you did in the team. We're interested to know. I started supporting my PO, backlog refinement, facilitating the Scrum event. I helped them with their agile transformation all through SDLC phases, software development lifecycle. Every organization has software development lifecycle. Every organization that's producing mouse, they have SDLC phase. They'll first maybe draw, or they'll first get information what color they want. They'll get all the information about this mouse. The life cycle is when they have the first information, the discovery. The death is end of the cycle is when they deliver it to the client. That is a life cycle. That's why I said you guys just add my LDLC phase. I support them all to the agile SDLC phase, when they start discovery, and when they complete discovery and also begin to send the increment into the market or to the client. I support all through, and also I help my team to understand agile. I coach, mentor, facilitate events. I just call some events, daily Scrum. They want to get that, because I've been in one interview. I was listening to this lady. She never talked about daily Scrum. She never talked about anything. I'm like, okay, where do I go from here now? You're not talking anything that I'm waiting for. You're not even mentioning any agile thing. Am I sure this person just don't even know anything about agile now? What will I do? And I couldn't really recommend this same person. So yeah, transition role and your tell me about yourself is the same thing. And don't stay too much on your transition role. Make it very quick and transition that role into agile, and add some agile events. And maybe one team, talk about only one team or two team. That's why I said your resume shouldn't have more than 3, 4, 5 years, because when you put the more years you put, the more teams you have managed. So when you have 3 years, you can talk only two teams, or one team is one project. One team is one project. Two team, two project. If you go and say you're 7 years, you should be having up to 4 teams. And they really want to know maybe the first and the last one, but just have 3, 4 years, of maximum 5 years, and have only 2 projects, and your contract is almost off. You can repeat exactly what you did in one project, you did in the other project. In other words, how you support the PO and all that, the same thing you did here, but maybe the team was a little different. Just make a little difference for the 2 team. But we want to hear 1 or 2 team, but make it quick, 4 minutes. Again, transition role, you got certified, you got a job, you got mentoring, you got a job, what you did in the job. Second one, you get on a second job, what you did in the job. End it. That 5 bullet points. Transition role, you got to know about Scrum, got mentoring, got your 4th job. Project, what you did, got your 2nd job. Project, what you did, end it. That is just interview. That easy. So construct it and say it so we can clean it up. We can build it better if we need to. If it's good to go, we don't need to do anything. So you can go on.
Which, can I say something real quick? Apologies.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you. And to Lola, real quick, that was quite impressive. I congratulate you for that impressive introduction.
Celebrate.
You are there already.
I'm gonna share it on
LinkedIn. What I do want to chip or add to that is during your interview, you need to make it a little more conversational, at least for all of you, than speechly. If you just talking like you're reading a speech, it's easily seen and perceived. So make it more conversational. When you're facing your peers like this in role plays, it's a lot harder. It's not easy. Role playing with your mates is a lot easier in interviews when you know that you're standing before somebody. You're not role playing anymore.
Yeah.
It's an interview. It's a lot easier, trust me.
Right.
just try to make it conversational.
Conversation.
So it doesn't appear like you have memorized or crammed stuff, period. You make it fun, and before you know it, it's, that was easy, so that's all I got to say about that. So
Thank you.
whoever next is coming to do this presentation, just make sure that you're making it a little more conversational and not put tension on yourself.
Yes.
Because when you put tension on yourself, you start choking up, and it's easily seen. So
thank you.
So go ahead. Congratulations to all of you, though.
Yes, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
And that's why I was wanting to see wanting you to turn on your camera, because I will have more eye contact and be like, okay, and I will see if you're stressed, so I can mention that. Make it more conversational. You guys, can you mute? Cynthia, your feedback is getting into the recording.
It's not me.
It's not you. Okay. Like, when I do my own interview, and that's why I turn on my camera, I'm like, good morning, thank you so much. It was really exciting when I started managing the team. We had like 4 developers. When you have eye contact, you want to make it very, very conversational. So it's actually not just like a speech. Have the two together. You know what you want to say. You want to have command, but add that conversational look to it, and enjoy it. And most times I see that when you turn on your camera. All right, so we're gonna continuously do this, because if you can get your introduction, I tell you, you've gotten like you've got your pass to your second phase, second round interview. All right, over to you, Uwa.
All right. Thank you very much do you want to put me in the interview mode?
Okay. So what is your official name? Because all of you have Esther Sazua. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Esther. You're welcome to this interview. Like we spoke during the phone. Right here is Lola, the Agile coach, and Tammy. She's the PDM, and I am the RT engineer. Yeah. RTN engineer, and we really, really want to know about your experience. So can you go ahead and tell us about your experience as a Scrum Master, and tell us about yourself?
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity to be interviewed for this position as a Scrum Master. So, like my name is Esther Osazua, and I have spent 5 years learning and growing in my role as a Scrum Master, where I have helped organizations to organize several teams to be more efficient in agile practices. Proud to becoming a Scrum Master, I was a project coordinator at Amazon, and as at then, the company was transitioning from waterfall to agile, and so I was opportune to be one of the employees then to go for coaching to become a Scrum Master, and so that's how my journey of becoming a Scrum Master started. Currently, I serve at Ascensos, where I support 2 teams in developing Echo Survey. So Echo Survey is a tool that my organization adopted to better understand customer call experience. So this is where customer can opt into at the beginning of every call, and at the end of the call, they get to answer a few questions about their experience with the representative. So to achieve positive results, I have been coaching my team to adopt agile ways of working, specifically using Scrum and Kanban framework, which this framework has helped us in achieving our sprint goal, and we have been successfully delivering value to the business and the customers. So in my past, I have also worked as a Scrum Master with Procelero. Procelero is a financial technology company that is focused on accelerating access to financial literacy or education and funding for minority group. So with this company, I supported my team in developing customer enrollment process using Zoho. So we created a system that can soft pull all the customers' information to see if they are eligible for loans. So by successfully achieving this project, I motivated my team in establishing key measurable metrics, specifically using velocity and bundle charts to track the progress of our work. I also was able to help my organization to establish a cross-functional and collaborative environment where my team became self-organized, self-managed, and creative. And also, I ensured that they reflected Scrum values of commitment, focus, openness, courage, and respectful of one another. So this helped to increase my team motivation and also allowed us to stay on track, and we were able to deliver value to the business and as well as the customers. Currently, I am rounding up my contract with Ascensors, and that is why I started looking for another opportunity, growth and development, which I saw in your organization. So after doing my research about your organization, and I went through the job description, your organization mission statement, what actually stood out to me in your organization is the diversity and inclusion, and most especially the respect to everyone, which is one of Scrum value. So I knew this would be a great fit for my background and my skill set, and as an individual, because respect is one thing that I'm big on. So this is why I applied for this position. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. This is very, very good. But again, I don't see you, so I kept trying to see the personality behind the voice. I think when we'll have this class again, no doubt it's perfect, but it felt like reading from a book. Why? Because I don't see you. So yeah, it's gonna be your turn next. So we're going to listen to all the good introduction today. Anyone we need to fix, like to say the fact, I don't even want to fix your time or fix your verbiage. It's very good. It's just I just could not see the person. I could not see the personality. I didn't see no. There was no error. There was. It just looks like it was reading from a prompter. So
Okay,
nothing for me to correct. It was that good. But because I didn't see you, so I want you to keep this because it's really good. I'm not even correcting anything because you had your project and you talk how you support your team and you were quick with your transition role, everything clean cut, but it was too perfect that it didn't look real. So I want to see you next time. Wear your big wig and be like a scrum master. If you like, wear coat. Speak this thing. I want to see your body language. It's so good. Nothing for me to correct.
That was actually well rehearsed, and the only thing I would say there is I didn't even know that Esther is as solid as this yet.
So, Esther, don't take for this journey.
Good job, Esther.
She's ready.
The only thing I would say is when you're ending that first introduction, just don't say that's it, thank you for having me, or however you said it now. Kind of try to say, okay, I don't want to take your time. I know we are constrained by time, so I'm gonna stop here because I know you have other questions. So if you kind of transition the end like that, so instead of abruptly ending that conversation, just like full stop. That's how it sounded. Just try to say, okay, you want to stop here, so they can ask their follow-up questions because you know that they have other questions.
And she covered
sometimes depending on how much time you have taken and how much information you have given, they might not actually have too many other questions.
Many questions to ask because she covered a lot.
I don't really think I have any other questions. You probably answered my question.
She answered a lot of questions in her.
Pass you on to the other person. The other person say, "Oh no, I don't really know."
That's where we want to put them.
Yes, that's where you really want to put them.
And that's where she did. So
where they don't have any other questions. Your introduction basically could answer.
Oh my gosh, it was so good that
Yeah, that was solid. Honestly,
solid.
That was solid. I think I didn't know you were this prepared.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's congratulations. I'm impressed already.
Yes, these introductions are good. So Esther.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
I wish Coach had positions for them that can give them referrals.
Seriously, I will be able to give them referrals. Yeah. Like that is why this session is very, very good. I will be able to give them referral. Somebody met me on LinkedIn, say, "Can you give me a referral?" In my mind, I'm like, I don't even know you. Like you want me to go give a referral, the next thing it's gonna be an imposter. Because again, nobody's born a Scrum Master, but this is how you learn. And the good thing is that PSM, go to PSM, you will see they say meet other Scrum Master who have experience to give you experience. Oh yeah, sneak your way in and establish yourself and thrive and support. I really want to see your faces, so that this 100 over 100 I'm getting today for the two people that just finished, I want to make sure that you get the 100 and 100 over. I want to see body language, like just like my husband said, there was nothing for me to even correct for Esther. The timing was good and she was really advanced, and I would say 3 to 4 years, have it on your resume. Don't bother to put 5 or 3 5 years, between 3 4 5 years, whichever one you're comfortable, you and Lola. But I really want us to
Yeah.
go over things like this again, maybe another question, maybe another time for dependency. I will let you guys know, but I really want to see your body language, so that we know that we cross everything. But
Yeah, it's really important. Kind of do video, be on video, so you can scale through that bridge.
that
Once you
bridge,
become comfortable, you need to be comfortable, because you obviously gonna face these people on video calls,
people
on
who
video
you don't even
interviews.
know.
So just be comfortable in that environment, so you can own it.
Yes.
But definitely what I've heard this morning so far, oh my God, Lola, you did very great. Sazua, oh my goodness,
My
yes.
students are the best.
Lola, please give my love to mommy for
Mommy.
me. All right, okay.
I will.
All
Thank
right,
you,
so,
sir. Thank you, ma. Thank you, sir.
My students are going
And
to pick
next week I'll be ready to show my face,
us.
and I'll be very ready to go and do everything over again.
You guys are amazing. And when you do your introduction like this, that means most of the question you already grasp them. It makes us know where we're at. 117, who is going as? I am so excited. That means and all this time, because I've not engaged you guys, I was like, I hope they're soaking in. But listening to you guys, I know this is not where you were 2-3 months ago. Definitely I've added some value to your process. All right, who is going next? I'm so thirsty. Cynthia is so ready. Cynthia, you're ready?
Okay, I think someone raised their hand, so let the person go first.
Shekem. Shekem, I don't know that name. Is that name in the class? Or do you have a different name?
That's just me. That's just me, Tracy. No, I was going to say something that you say. I was going to say something about the people that went, and because it's something that you said that really helped me from the classes that really helped me, and that I think that would be good for them is that, and I agree. The two people that went was off the chain. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it. The only thing that I would add is, I know you're going to an interview, but don't act like you're in an interview. You want to be conversational.
Thank you.
And I think that's very key, is to be conversational, because when you're conversational, it shows you're relaxed.
You
and
buy them
like
over.
you come in there to offer something.
Oh, why you understand?
You're stop. Yeah,
like,
and so I would say that
the project have been, more relaxed. Yeah,
more relaxed, and and when you talk to them, like Lola, when she went and she was saying about the things that she did or whatever, you kind of, what I found to be helpful is to engage the interviewer, like for instance, and you know what I really came to realize is that it's like that's a conversation. I really came to realize that they really need it, and if you ever experienced blah blah,
I do that a lot. And you know what I think? It'll be like, yeah. I'm like, people tend to work with people they like, and I understand building relationship. You know how that works. Yeah. You see that you're involving them. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So I found it to be very helpful in engaging when you get them engaged with the so now it's not an interview, it's a conversation that we're having, and I'm just sharing with you, and they like you, they feel comfortable, because what they're going to start doing is they're going to start sharing their experience, and when you get the interviewer to share their experience, you got them.
Yes.
You got them.
Yes, and
would you agree, Tracy?
Yes, and exactly what three of us were saying the same thing. My husband said it, you said it, and I'm saying it like, yes, make it more conversational, get them involved and be like, and you know what the teams looks like when there's no psychological safety, when you don't feel like communicating. And that is what I observed. Involve them, throw out an open question, and so that they'll be like, what are you saying? Okay, wow, yeah. And make it very, very conversational. In other words, sometimes catch your breath and be like, yeah, I'm
Right.
excited, and sound happy, jovial, enjoy what you're saying. Like, you can't believe how excited I was when my PO decided to come for my training, because it's really good, when you're combining a team, you have two teams and you're bringing them together and everybody's ready. Make your voice high, low, catch them, let them be like, oh, okay, oh, what, get them, get them get them to be interested in what you're saying. Let them be lost in your introduction. And it's easy for you to do that if you yourself, you are enjoying what you're saying, and don't make it like, oh, it's interview, I have to be perfect. Oh, it's interview, I have to be perfect. Your introduction was extremely wonderful. You have all the right verbiage, but you want to just throw in this body language and all this. So we're talking about it all comes if we were able to see you. We will have seen all that even without us hearing it in your voice. We will have seen you just moving body like, yes, I was excited when I got my second job. You know how that works, when you've worked so hard and you get a job. And guess what? I went to the office. I really looked my best because I was going to impress, let them know that I'm here to support. I am that Scrum Master that will support end to end. You see my body language? You see, you believe what I'm saying because, I'm moving and I'm saying it and my voice is showing that, what I'm saying. And again, we're gonna get to that place. Maybe our next interview, we're gonna have more cameras. Let's cross this, because again, I tell you, if your interview, your introduction is 100% or 150%, you got the job. I tell you, they'll fall in love with you. They place you already. Somebody else come be talking blah 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 and be like, I don't want to hear, I don't think we want this person. I'm sorry to say, there's somebody from my class. He's such a good Scrum Master that I know. He came in, I said he's not getting a job. I wanted to interview him. His introduction, I was just like really irritated. And why do I wanted to hear his introduction? I want to know what the recruiters are feeling. And I tell him, you're not ready. I don't like your introduction. If your coach, don't like your introduction, you're not following what we taught. If your coach is feeling this way, that's how they've been feeling out there. You were talking about complex thing you did before you came into Scrum. We don't care. It was so coordinator in Congo. I don't want to hear all that Congo where you did Congo. Just tell me I was a teacher. I was a teacher. I was a good teacher. I was always working with my students. Make sure they do their homework. Make it simple. So a Chinese, American, China, India, Cameroon, Nigeria, everybody will hear what you say. Forget about the complex thing you did in Congo Mountain. I don't want to hear the complex story. Make it easy so everybody will understand. Because again, this is me. Who is gonna listen to you? It might be different people who don't even understand. First, we have accent. Now you're making it complex, and I told him that's why you've not got a job. So we want to cross all that. So we'll continue to build this. That's why we are in this class. So who is going next? Next interview. Next somebody to give their introduction so we can clean it up.
I'll try.
All right. Try. We can clean it up.
I'm sorry today. My face is all kind of.
No, you're beautiful. Beautiful.
So yeah. Okay, you wanna put me in the interview mode?
All right. Hi, Cynthia. You're welcome. Like we spoke on the phone 2 days ago, we're happy to have you here. Right here, you see we have Tammy. He's the PDM, and also we have Evie. She is the Scrum Master for the other team. We're looking forward to hire a new Scrum Master, and we'd really like to know if you fit the requirement for this role. Can you tell us about yourself and your journey as a Scrum Master?
Oh yeah. I'll be happy to share my experience with you guys. Oh, by the way, Miss Tracy, I love your hair. Once again, thank you. My name is Cynthia, and thanks for inviting me to be interviewed for this great position. My journey as a Scrum Master started like 3 years ago. It was on and off since I really didn't know if I wanted to. But then, before becoming a Scrum Master, I was a customer service agent, and we all know how customer service agents, what we do day-to-day activities and everything. But after some years, they promoted me to be a supervisor because of my leadership skills. To be a good leader, you have to always set an example first for your leaders, for your teams to follow. And during my course of being a supervisor, I saw how how perfect my team became, because I always give them the chance to also speak their mind. I always give them the chance to do whatever they are supposed to do. I empathize with them, and as a leader too, you also need to have patience and also make sure that you are communicating very well with your team. When I'm talking about communication skills, it's more about you listening to them more. Some people come with different backgrounds, and so when they come in, you need to listen whatever they are going through, empathize with them. If they are going through some emotional stuff, you need to go through with them and encourage them that it is well. It was during that time that I came across an agile coach who encouraged me to get into Scrum. Well, funny enough, I love my previous job because of I get to see new people every day. But after having one or two conversations with her, I decided to look into Scrum. It was all new to me. I never knew what Scrum Master was. But after learning, reading the Scrum guides and everything, I fell in love with it. I realized that, oh, this is something I can transit easily because of my background in leadership. So I decided to follow up with her. And after a lot of coaching, a lot of self-learning and other stuff, I decided to go ahead and become certified in Scrum Master. After my certification, it didn't take a long before I got my first job. And my first company, I started working with Ross. It wasn't an easy thing because that was my first transition. I was also learning a whole lot of stuff. At Ross, we were building a strong, system to protect hackers from hacking the headquarters system. I didn't have a lot of IT background, but learning with other team members and also getting along with them, I learned a lot from them. And also with my leadership skills, I was able to help them. I was always making sure that conducive environment was created for them to produce a quality work. I believe in quality more than quantity because that is what our customers are looking for. After a year or two, my contract came to an end, which was a sad one, but I continued to learn and also put in more applications. Lucky enough, I landed my current job at MDAT. With MDAT, I think I've learned a lot as a Scrum Master over there. My day-to-day activity was to make sure that my team members are embracing the Scrum values and also making sure that they are comfortable. I make sure that all impediments have been resolved when we have meetings. The best part of my sprint, the best part of my Scrum value is my sprint review, which will make sure that everything is reviewed and everything is perfect before it is being sent out. One of the challenges moments I've had at MDAT is coming across people from Agile background that I have to transit their mind out. I have to train them for them to accept the Agile principle and the manifesto. Currently, we're working on Ray ID migration. Because of the Ray ID implantation that we have going on, we try to make sure that citizens of Maryland all have everything together when it comes to their driver licenses, their ID, not like when we used to let them come in to just get a driver. Now you have to come with your documents. And because we are dealing with documents of people and other stuff, we make sure that all the systems are being protected well so that we don't jeopardize other people's information out there. My contract will be ending soon, which is the reason why I am here. And because I'm ready to add value on first day of hire, I'm open to learn new stuff. I'm open to adapt to your culture. I've also learned a lot about your company, and I'm also ready to adjust to anything that you guys want me to. So yeah, hope to hear from you guys soon. All right.
Cynthia. Okay, Cynthia. I love your confidence that you say, even though say, let me try. I think you're just trying, maybe your first time in the class, to speak out and give your introduction. Okay, I like your transition role. I like your transition role. And some things I noticed that you want to adjust. You say no negative gist. There's something in the beginning where you said no, your first role was a little dark. See, your introduction is your Victoria story. I don't care what was dark, what was purple, everything is white. You're dealing with people who want to know the dark things that you have so that they will use it to disqualify you. You're not going to give them as a bait. You're not going to. You know, when you talk, say, my challenges is people who don't understand agile that will need to train. We don't want to give, they just want to know your challenge, your problem, so that they will give you a negative on those parts and look at somebody else like me who have come and said, oh, it was awesome when I had to do training. I love to train about agile, because guess what, who doesn't love agile? That's how I speak about when I want to train people. So now if you come and say challenge, if you say challenge, that's negative. If you say my environment, I didn't have any background training and it was really, you know, new environment, and anything negative, that is second negative. Then your project wasn't very really clear, that is four negative. We're trying to reduce the negative. If not, I love your fluidity. I didn't hear that's something that I can stand. Like, that is the big imposter syndrome. We be like, when you start to stutter, I would say go work on the stutter. There's no stutter. You were actually flowing, but you have some negative things that you explained, which is not necessary. We're going to delete them, because those people, they are waiting for any negative thing to use to reduce point. If it's everything over 10, now I have 4, that's 6. Somebody else come in and they have 7, they are more than you. Somebody have 8, they are more than. So we're trying to reduce all the negative thing and actually only portray and show or discuss the positive things. And again, you love agile. I want to see that excitement when you talk about agile. I want to see your smile. I want see brain. This brain is something we can trick the brain. Even those things that you think they are negative, out of every negative thing, there is a bit of light there. Those are the only thing you will show. You'll be like, oh, it was a great opportunity when they asked me. Instead of to say my only challenge, you know, you'll be like, oh, it was a great opportunity for me to show my expertise when they say we should do. When I meet people who need training, you know, all I do is let them know about the Scrum guy. Afterwards, then we begin to talk about Scrum, how you continuously improve. They want to hear, they want to be excited. When they're excited, human being, when they're excited about you, they want that excitement again, they'll get you back, because their brain is excited and people are addicted to excitement. But anything negative, it's going to subtract from your score. So this is what we're going to clean up, you know, before you get any other applaud or comment. We don't want your first role where you got your job. You were excited to get that job because you were ready to deliver the one. After all your previous skill from where you work. Where did you work? Was it project what was it? Was it project coordinator? What was your first role? What was it? No, I can't hear you.
It's a customer service.
Okay, good transition role. Customer service, teachers, healthcare people, very good transition role. Sit at home mothers, good transition role for Scrum Masters. Best, because Scrum Master, you're always protecting your team and coaching them, removing blocker, move forward. Goalkeepers, referee, good transition role. Now you brought all those skill sets. Your coach friend told you that you have the skill set. You were able to use all those skill sets in your Scrum environment. It was wonderful. I don't care who believe. If you believe yourself, they'll believe you. Like, it was really awesome because, you know, after understanding the agile mindset and the Scrum framework, you were able to leverage all your skill set and support your team. Oh, you love it. When you say it, they're excited. They're like, we need this excitement in the team. They need your excitement. You're a self-starter. They need it in your team. Like, oh, I was excited. I knew I belong here. You need to see me in the interview. But me and my mom, I'm not saying what I don't know. I'm really, really excited about Scrum. Like, my husband sometimes tell me, Tracy, turn off your computer. Go and sleep. I'm excited about Scrum. And I know everybody in this class, once you get in, you'll be excited about Scrum. And I pray God give you good team, good organization that supports you. When they support you, who wouldn't love Scrum? Who like to make a mistake? Who like to just work for 6 months and the next thing everything is trash to backlog? But who like to work 2 weeks? We look, we inspect that, and that's how I speak in my interview. I say, who would love waterfall more than Scrum? And like, who would want to work for 1 year and the next thing our increment is thrown in the trash, in the backlog, which is like the trash where we bring out whatever we want to work on and bring it back to the sprint backlog. I said, when I begin to coach my team, who doesn't like to work incrementally? 1 week, 2 weeks, we look at it, we improve, we move forward. And, at the end of 6 months, we'll be like, oh, wonderful software. So that's how you're going to be excited about Scrum. I want to see excitement when you talk about it. And I'm so happy you turned on your camera, so I was able to see your body language. That's what I was saying. My other two awesome Scrum Masters will do. So I'll be able to know what we need to add. I want to see excitement. I want you to jump when you talk about Scrum. Your first role, exciting, stay only positive thing. And your project will want. I don't know what you said in your project. We'll go to clean those projects. If you need metadata, if you want to learn or relearn new projects, I have simple projects that are real. They are my project. Metadatas, they are your birthday, your bank information, your social security. Those are metadatas, and they are embedded in datas, another data, and they have a lot of restriction. So organization, we're moving them from one site called SharePoint. We're migrating millions because it's a utility environment and company. Utility have your social security, have your bank information, they have all those datas, and they embed it in another data and they put it in SharePoint. This SharePoint is old. Anything old in technology is a legacy. Legacy is old. So they were this legacy environment, which is SharePoint. They are removing all the data, and it's people information. You should know that we will be very, very, very careful. We have all the compliance or the regulation. Then we remove them, bring them back, build a new SharePoint. Guess why we need discovery? Thank you. I will check that comment. Why we need discovery? The old SharePoint, the legacy SharePoint that they are building. I want you guys to understand this project. So you add if you need more project. The legacy SharePoint you're building, you should know that there's a lot of things in that SharePoint that we needed to replicate in the new SharePoint. And there's some old things in that SharePoint that we need to remove. That is why our BAs, we have 4 BAs. They were continuously engaging with the end user. End user, I don't want to call name today. Let me call people that are here. End user, Adiola will say, I don't want all the names, all these things to be here. I want them to be here. We'll be like, Lord, in the old one, it was here. Now she wants us to bring it here. See work. We'll go back and fix it. That is the 2 weeks. Demo, they will be like, we'll do demo before main demo. And Lola will be like, I know one person that be like, all these things you guys just design, because SharePoint is like, you know why you have Instagram, Facebook. It's like an app, but it's more of a software. I don't know how to call SharePoint now. SharePoint is like it's like Confluence. It's site. So they have to design it, put picture, arrange different area. You click here, you will go to this landing page. This Lola lady just like all the thing we just built, she wanted the other way around. So we will keep working. So that's discovery. Discovery, your tech leads, your architect, the leaders in this group, they will join your BA or your PO1, ask Lola, how do you want us to build the SharePoint? Lola will be like, he will give a customer is always correct. A lot of times our compliance, we will call our compliance people that have regulation that you can only drive left side of the road. They have the compliance for site. They will come and tell Lola. I remember one meeting. They were telling, I'm just using our names here so that we have it on record. I don't want to call the real names. Lola, we cannot allow that area to be here. Compliance in Missouri State. I remember the so-called lady that I represent, Lola, will be like, well, that is what I want because it's easier for my people, for my who were the people? I think they were I forgot those name of group of people. It was easy for them to click and do some things, but the compliance team in the organization say there's some restriction how we can do this because of the data as we're moving. And we went all through that. And time is going. When I talk about this project, I say we have to extend our timeline. Our roadmap is our timeline. Anytime you hear roadmap, timeline. Everything you want to do is on your roadmap. It's like your calendar. So metadata migration is really very easy, even though it's a complex work. It's bringing down an old environment, standing up a new SharePoint environment, taking down the legacy one, moving all the data before you take it down. Move all the data, put them in the new one, and the organization like what you did, maybe make some updates, and we're ready to go. And it was like a 2 years project. We had to extend the timeline a little bit because of compliance and because of scope creep. When I say scope creep, new requirements come in every time. In other words, Lola was like, oh no, 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 no. I this is what I don't want. I know this is what we talked about the other time. This is priority. When it's a priority, you listen to the customer and they will change some things maybe during or close to the end of the project. So anybody want to use that project, very easy. SharePoint, dropping down the old one, building an old one, migrating metadata. Data are data that contain personal data and other data, and we're migrating them from the legacy SharePoint to a new environment. We had 4 BAs, 1 PO, 1 Scrum Master, architect, QA, developers, global team. You support them all through all the agile SDLC phases. Don't just say SDLC phases, say agile SDLC phases. So we want to hear your project and want you to be excited about the project. That is one project, because your project weren't clear. If you want to use your project, Cynthia, clean it up. Next class we want to hear it up. But this project that I just mentioned, anybody will need extra project. It's actually very easy. Then apart from that one, you say my challenges, no challenges. So you were excited, you were ready to leverage your experience and coach when you had some people that needed transformation and understanding Scrum framework and agile methodology. I applies to the environment, to the organization you're working for. Okay, no clear project, any project. Those are the 3 things. One, we don't want to hear the negative things, about the project. When you got in, you didn't have experience. No, not necessary. It gives you a strike. Then explain your project better. Then instead of you to say my challenges, say you were excited, because you had wealth of knowledge, and you were excited to coach people to understand the agile transformation that was going on. And if not, I love your fluidity. I see some confidence because I was able to see you. Maybe just smile more, excited, like how excited I was. I got my first job after all my mentoring.
I know, Miss Tracy. I know, but one of my friend brother got drowned this last week.
Oh Lord!
So it's still on me. Like I've been going through the moment. So
I am so sorry. We had on social media. I've been avoiding social media. I'm so sorry. So I've been trying to avoid social media, but I've not been able to. Instagram, we lost one celeb, one young promising boy in Nigeria, and the whole youth, like 99.9%. Any Nigerian here will know. If you're on Instagram, and you follow those main blog page, they're sad. There's sadness. Like people are saying their mental health. So I'm sorry what happened to you. I like right now I'm looking at Instagram. I don't even want to go there because I know the feeling. Sorry, no wonder you are not even smiling, but we pray for the
I know. I didn't even want to come to class today, but I decided to put it.
He was a close friend, right?
He's my best friend's brother.
Hey, God.
So they went to the beach on Labour's Day, and he got drowned and he never came back. They just found the body this Monday.
God.
So it has been tough. A 31-year-old young man.
So sorry. Oh, condolences. So, hey.
Very sorry about that.
Thank you
so sorry to hear that. Condolences to you. Yeah. Very sorry to hear that. I have to applaud your courage to come out to class, not just coming to class, but to be able to put up a face, to even do an intro such that you did. I have to applaud you for doing that, the courage to do it. I was going to give my feedback on you, but I don't know if I have to hold back on that. But let me just quickly say that when you're talking about yourself or introducing yourself and the way you talked about customer service, that you're in customer service, and we all know what customer service is or what they do. Please avoid saying that. You want to tell them what it is. Just assume they are a blank slate. You're telling them what you do, because they want to know what you transition from. Mm-hmm. And give details, not too much details, but
Not too much.
just say one or two things about what you did as a customer service representative, and you know you want to don't say that. Don't say you. Don't assume that they know. Okay, just tell them. And then your calmness on video and all of that was good. But essentially, one of the things I noticed is try to put your story straight. Try to remember every detail of your story, because if you did that job, you would remember exactly every detail that was part of that job. Because at some point, one or two places, you seem to have lost, you know, your
You get mind, not the year.
yeah, and that was because probably obviously because you're grieving.
She's just
You know,
forcing herself to.
you're grieving
She's
right now.
brave.
So,
She's brave.
but I still applaud you.
Applaud you.
So, congratulations. Next time, take it up a notch.
All right. Thank you, sir.
God bless
Applaud
you.
you, man. Yes, we'll continue to improve that, but you know, we really applaud you. Do we have one more person or question before I let you guys go for today? We're gonna continue this session next week. It's really, really important we do retrospective. This is a good retrospective. And if you've done your introduction today and next week you feel like moving forward and you're good with the inspecting, adapting, making all the change, we still have, you know, we have about 6 compulsory questions we're dealing with. That if you're good with those questions, you know, talk about conflict, talk about independency, impediments, talk about story pointing, talking about metrics, velocity and capacity, and talk about project. Those things, check the video. Anyone you want to do next week, I really, really want us, before I kick off my October class, I want us to be, especially those that are graduating. You know, anybody that's new, if you want to try, you can try. We can work on it. But the people that are graduating, they know that I've really bombarded them with a lot of videos, a lot of talking. So we're rounding up the class and doing review, so that we do, you know, after a sprint you do retrospective, then we'll start a new sprint in 1 or 2 weeks. So yeah, any other person have their introduction so we can inspect, then we'll continue on Saturday. I look forward to Saturday class. Anybody who is not here today, I will kind of reach out to them. And again, like I told you guys, I'm back with all my energy. Trust me, your resume will be ready. Resume and your LinkedIn should be ready this Saturday. This time Saturday, everybody gotten all that settled, because the last few weeks wasn't funny, but I'm back. So yes, so when you have your introduction really clean up and you understand the other question, your resume is ready, your LinkedIn is looking good, what next? What do they want? What do they want from you that you don't have? What do they want from you as a Scrum Master? You have it. You will add value day one, I promise you, if you're good with this interview prep. Day one, I have more than 40 Scrum Masters that I've helped to get a job. They are good. In short, some are changing jobs, some got 2 jobs. They are good. No one came back and be like, coach, you know, something I have never heard before. You know, no, because we went through everything that we needed to go through. So yes, Barry Funkem. Who is Barry Funkem? Yeah, more than 4, if not up to 45, 46. So when I say more than 40, it's actually more than, and within a year, you know, within a year, each class. Some days, last year, some days after the coaching, and 4 people will get a job a day. My birthday, December. When is my birthday? Was last December. Okay. Because this year I didn't do a lot of coaching. I took a break to get a lot of certification, and I got into a new company. Last year I did was back to back coaching. One day my birthday was 4 people. I got 2 people in the morning, 2 people in the evening, and it was December. That's why I told you guys. That's why I'm telling the class that I'm getting now. I'm like, December, January is mass hiring. In short, this last quarter of this year and next year, if you have anybody who needs interview prep, they should be very serious this period, because organization want to renew contracts, want to take away some people, want to have new people. They need people like you, fresh. They have new budget, new quarter. The organization work quarter by quarter. So this December, oh my gosh, from November, December, And you should be ready now. You shouldn't try to be ready December. Very ready now. Because soon, the one new people, they have to do it, except if there are no longer organizations working. But guess what? Organizations are still there. A lot of contracts will close December, then they'll hire new people. And these are the group of people on my last class. Go get it. So who want to do one more and we go for the day, or we meet again next Saturday? Try coming early, try logging early. Let's do a lot of cleanup. Then we start a new October class. Just bump in. I'll start everything all over again. And yeah, some people should be getting 2 jobs safe. That's how good you are. You don't even know. Yeah, I had a Paul from UK. He got 2 Scrum Master job. And yeah, one other lady did in the morning, in the evening she got the offer letter. And again, I think I had those videos when they send me message like, maybe like Adiola will be like, Coach Tracy, I just accepted an offer. I just did it. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I just click recording. I'm telling you now, that's what I do. I use it to edify the class. All I know is I edit it and remove your name because I don't want them to bombard your voice, your email, your chat. And I'll be like, team, somebody just got an offer. Then they hear your voice and I'm talking to you. I'm just shouting, praise God, congratulations. And I say all that, I record it. So when you get an offer or you're going your 3rd round interview, please keep me in the loop. We are doing it together. We're winning together. Any of you have interview next week, your per week, 2-3 days before the interview, maximum 3 days, let me have a one-on-one with you, coach you, boost you, and go do the interview. Will be fresh. I don't want it a week before the time, I want a few days to the time, so everything will be fresh. And you will get the offer letter. Yes, or you go to the next phase. Any question before we round up for the day and prepare to receive our resume and LinkedIn updated? And I want you to post this week. Remember what we discussed about in the beginning of the class. I'll send you the video so you begin to work towards that. Any question? All right, team. I think that is it for today. Next week, please ready something to present so we can inspect it. Then maybe we'll have time to add more to your learning. But again, we can't just keep working in a sprint and not do retrospective. In other words, see where we want to inspect and inspect and adapt. So that's what we're doing now. We're inspecting our interview process and improving it. So ready again, we'll continue next week. And if we have time, we'll continue learning. If not, October, we'll get into another phase of learning. Have a great afternoon, team. Bye-bye.
Bye.